Hi, I'm Natalia Tejeda, and this is Experience CTN, where we're going to learn more about CTN's volunteers and producers who have supported community media over the past years. I'm here with composer John Patrick Hudson and video editor Suzanne Krouse, who have been community volunteers since 2013. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So why don't we start? How did you guys hear about CTN?
Well, you know, being a resident of Ann Arbor for over 30 years now, scrolling across the channel, ran into channel 17 and saw the amazing things happening in the community of Ann Arbor, and it always sparked my interest, basically, ever since that time. So, you know, and that's basically how we heard of it. I mean, I just was scanning through the channel. I just stopped one day and watched, and I liked what I saw.
How about you, Suzanne?
I came across it when John introduced it to me. So when we got together, that was a goal of ours. And he started talking about knowing about CTN and how we should come down and check it out. So that's exactly what we did.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to start volunteering here?
Well, I started to write and use my talents a little bit more. I always was able to compose, and I've worked in the public sector in education, you know, with students and having them to, you know, sing and perform. And once I started to compose and write, and I thought about CTN, I said, well, this is a good way to showcase my talent, and also get my music out there, you know, for people to, you know, purchase it if they would like. And so that's why, you know, we started putting the videos together with the words that I've composed and the music that I've composed. And so here we are. You know, I really enjoyed that over the years now. You know.
What drew you, Suzanne? Just, I know John introduced you to it, but what
Right.
kind of was like, yeah, I want to do this with you?
Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, I want to do this with you. And when we started making the videos, you know, and talking about making the videos to go along with the songs that he was composing and writing, yeah, that's what, you know, really got us interested in getting here and getting it out so everybody could see another avenue, I guess I should say, so everybody could see it. Yeah.
When did you start composing, John?
Well, I've been composing ever since I was little, before I could really, you know, almost like, you know, talk good. I mean, I was a little kid writing poems.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it just kind of grew on me over the years. I went to music, you know, school and started to compose and take more interest in, you know, putting my music to my words. And it just all stemmed from there. Started taking piano at age 12.
Okay, cool.
Been playing ever since.
Wow.
Still play, even in the middle of the night. You know, something hits me. It can be, you know, 2:30 in the morning. A song just pop up in my head, and I wake up, and so I have to get it down.
Right.
So, believe it or not, I go find one of my dinosaurs, which is like cassette tapes, you know, in the cassette tape player. Yeah, and I just record it right on the spot. Sometimes I'll use my phone, but I don't think about my phone if I have one of my dinosaurs around. And I have to get it down. And then I'll revisit with that same song later on, you know, throughout the day and put it together.
So I'm kind of young. So you basically got a cassette player and you like talking to it or singing to it?
Singing to it, playing to it.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know, the tape, you know, I don't know if you know anything about 90-minute, 30 minutes, where if I got a 90-minute tape, I can go as long as I want and make as many mistakes as I want until I get it exactly how I hear it in my spirit.
Right.
So that's, you know, pretty much what I do. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So can you guys talk about what CTN workshops you've taken when you decided to come down here and volunteer?
Well, we started, we wanted to know more about camera shots. We wanted to know more about the soundboard and the behind the scene. And so we took quite a few seminars here, you know, learning about the establishing shot, learning about the head shot, learning about the body shot, and from different angles. And it also, at the same time as we was learning about that, green screen, I think, was just coming into, you know, CTN, and we saw that seminar, and we said, wow, we got to take this course on green screen at CTN, and it just, everything just kind of snowballed from there. And Suzanne, she's like one of the best that I know, I mean, with green screen and how lighting should be. You know, even going to the extent of buying mechanisms or apps that you can put in your phone and place it before your green screen and actually see where the hot spots are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, yes.
Had either of you had any experience with this kind of technology before coming in here? I mean, I know you were composing. Did you use like audio boards before coming into CTN, or did you learn everything kind of with the seminars here?
You mean the sound?
You're right.
Well, I had an experience with a friend of mine that was working in New York Films in New York City. That college that, you know, it's good for filming. And he came here and did a movie once. And I watched them with their boom mic and how they had it just above the person's head, staying out of the camera's view.
Right.
And so that's pretty much how I do my sound. So from that experience, being on that movie set, being able to work with that cast there, watching the boom mic and how it hangs, you know, how they use in Hollywood, just exactly
Right.
like that. That's what we do. And so we have the mic hanging just enough so it's out of the camera's view. And so I take the sound, I master it on one of the Pro Tools that I have on my computer, and I send it back over to her on her computer, and she actually matches the voice, the movement of the voice up with the sound.
Very cool.
Because the person is actually recording,
Right.
saying what they're saying, but it has now to be matched with...
Matched up again.
Yeah.
So, Suzanne, did you have any experience with green screen or video editing before taking a seminar here?
Video cameras, just very amateur, right?
Okay.
Very amateur with video camera and still shot photography.
Okay.
But it was fun here because, you know, we could see how these, you know, professional cameras worked and the different shots, like John was saying. But when the green screen was first new, when we first started coming here, and that was the first time that I had seen a green screen, or how it was used.
Okay.
Fascinated by it, and so intrigued, and that kind of propelled me into learning more and figuring it out more, and then, you know, using it in some of our productions and editing. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
So let's talk about the show that you guys make together. You want to explain to the audience what it is and how you can put it all together?
Which show you're speaking of?
Just all of them. Which shows do you do?
Oh, well, most shows and things that we do, we try to have some kind of message that we're communicating to the audience.
Okay.
You know, message of good disdain, spirituality, most definitely, connecting with the inner self. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, there's an inner self.
Right.
And you connect with that self, you know, and let that self lead. That is kind of how, you know, we promote. In other words, connecting with that inner spirit, that inner self. And so that's what we do. I mean, is that the question you're asking?
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, what is your show? So you make like different videos based on different messages.
And based on those videos go along with the songs.
Okay.
So as John writes and composes and puts together the music and the songs, you know, we develop the like the storyline, a message, or sometimes there's acting with an actual story, and put that together. Then all of our production is in-house. So everything we do, from the sound to then the video and all the editing and everything, is just us, just in-house.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we actually have some clips of your video, so let's take a look at them, okay?
Okay, great.
Right.
Wow, I don't want to think about it. I mean, I know what's happening.
Yeah, I know too. The seasons are blending, and we're spending so much time at war. How much time do we have until he comes back? How do we know?
Well, according to Scripture, no one knows the day nor hour of his return. He shall return like a thief in the night, the Bible says. I mean, look at all what's going on around us, the signs, the wars of wars and the rumors of wars.
While shackled and bound in jail, Paul inside is saying, at the turn of midnight, blessed his holy name. As they begin to praise, they were set free. And when I bless him the same, his grace flowed to me. Joshua abandoned the Israelites, gave God praise.
They gave God praise.
Instead of death, they cried out to thee. I shouted the Lord, he gave the victory.
Well, that was great. So can you guys kind of talk about, so I know you don't shoot here at CTN. You have your own production studio at your home. Can you kind of talk about that studio?
Yes. We would shoot here quite, more often, but we have to work around the extras you mentioned, their time. And
Okay.
I know that this facility down here has a limited amount of time as far as I don't think it's open on the weekend. Is that right?
Right, no, it's not.
So a lot of the people that we work with are available on the weekend.
Okay.
And so we shoot people individually. We can, and what Suzanne does is put them together. And it might look like they were all there, at the same time, but we shoot, maybe two people maybe at one time or just one person. It depends on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Depends on what we're doing, what kind of play or what kind of storyline that we are putting emphasis on. Because yes, it does take two people sometimes if you're doing a back and forth dialogue with a script.
Right.
So yeah.
So you have like a green screen set up in your studio, and then you'll have like you guys or extras come in and you'll just shoot as time permits.
As their time permits, right. Yeah, we do have a setup. We also can take it with us.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Some friends and family members that aren't local to us but really enjoy being involved, we can pack it up, put it in the back of the vehicle and go to them.
Oh, wow.
And set it up. So I've gotten so that I can determine the lighting and stuff good enough that we can do that, and we can set it up. We've set it up in quite a few places, actually.
We've taken it to Mississippi, to different states, and set it up. And like I said, she has an app that when we take lighting, we can actually check the lighting there and check the hot spots.
It works great, and anything that might be left over or not quite right, I can fix in,
Yeah.
you know,
post-production.
post-production, yeah.
After CTN, we started studying a lot of stuff on our own. This gave us the boost. As I said before, because we couldn't get here, you know, with certain people down in a certain time, we realized we had to do our own legwork on a lot of other things.
Right. So how long does it take you to make one video? You know, from composing to shooting the whole thing to editing, post-production.
You know, a lot of, it's just like with Hollywood movies. It just depends. It depends on what we're trying to do. If we're waiting to shoot outside for a particular day, we have to try to catch that same day looking the same way.
Oh, right.
So if we don't do it all in that day, so it can go over a span of 2 or 3 months, or even sometimes 5 and 6 months.
Yeah.
It's a real. Ann Arbor has real producers in the city here that they probably don't even know about.
Yeah. Do you either you have like a favorite production memory?
A favorite? Oh wow! I tell you, I do. You want to tell yours first?
Yeah. So my favorite one is right after we had done the workshop with the cameras, and they were like, "Hey, take a look at our green screen. We just installed this." We were just working on the video for one of John's songs, "Lose the Chains from the Enemy," and so we collected a group of people who we actually got together all at the same time and brought them in, and we did kind of introduce the band with the song and all in front of the green screen here.
Wow.
So it was so cool. It was so fun, like, you know, doing and being able to get all those different shots, and it was my real like first experience with it, and that was my absolute favorite.
Oh, wow,
absolute favorite. Yeah.
And getting behind the soundboard. I like the green screen, and I like that we brought the band in the first time, but I really like that soundboard because sound is my specialty.
Right.
Even though we both wear many hats, I love sound. Sound is my specialty. I like to get it to the T, making sure that the sound is not too high or too low, and when it goes over to her, because it has to be balanced. It has to be right.
Right.
I got to make sure my VU meters are not too hot over into the red. So that's it, and that's time consuming.
Right.
Itself. So,
why do you think people should support CTN?
Well, I got to tell you, you know, like I said before, when I was scanning through the channels, not only did I see things that was happening within my school district, I saw things that was happening with the city council. I saw things that was happening with the police department. The fire department, and just your city services. It's a wealth of information that comes through on CTN. If you didn't know about what was going on in your local area, if you want to know, CTN is the place to look and find, you know, to find those services and things, and what time you know, certain services is going to be offered, such as certain days, you know, the garbage disposal people they don't take, you know, when they normally would take it on a Monday, for some reason they might not be going to take it on this Monday because it might be a holiday. So you can see all of that. All of that is on this cable television network.
Oh, okay. And so last question, do you have any tips for any amateur producers out there?
Well, the tips that I have for any amateur producers is to get here. Be sure you get to CTN. You got to get here because this is where we got our start. This is where we got our start. And if you want to learn about videography and photography and certain camera shots, you know, the establishing shot, the head shot, the body shot, those 3 cameras, you know, are running at all the time. But if you're an individual person, and if you learn like Suzanne learned, you can be all 3 of those cameras because you're the one who's going to be doing the editing on the computer.
Right.
And you have to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
But CTN is where to get the start.
Well, couldn't have said it better myself. I want to thank you both for coming here, and thanks for you for watching, and stay tuned for future episodes. In the meantime, why not come in and experience all we have to offer for yourself? Visit us online at a2gov.org/CTN. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at CTN Ann Arbor. I want to thank our crew, Phil Booz, Gage Shaughnessy, Jamie Chu, Tib Nagay, and Alicia May. I'm your host, Natalia Tejeda. See you next time.